Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, King Jaquell Martin. I'm back with another episode of Whispering to Your Soul. I feel good to be blessed, man. I feel good that God allows me to be surrounded by amazing people, because when you show up being an amazing person, you'll attract that in your life. Well, I've attracted that situation so much that I'm all the way in California right now, because I'm not from Cali and I get much love. But let me tell y'all where I'm from. I'm from Benton Harbor, Michigan. And a lot of people don't know nothing about Benton Harbor, Michigan. But to find somebody else from Benton Harbor, Michigan that's blowing up, doing big things is freaking amazing. So I am here with the one, the only, Miss Josie G, who's taking over the entertainment industry, who sings, who's blowing up. So let me bring Josie G to the stage, you feel me? Talk to the people, Josie.
Hey everybody, it's nice to be here with you today. It's an honor, and like you said, like it's crazy that we're both from Benton Harbor,
right?
And we met each other in LA at Monday Night Vibes,
right? Tight. Like that's like such a small world.
Yeah,
you feel me?
It really is.
So let's get into this, Josie. Like, first of all, let the people know what you do.
That's a loaded question because I do a little bit of everything.
Well, I mean, give them a little Costco sample, a little bit of the song.
Little Costco sample.
Yeah.
So, by day, I am change manager, communications, graphic designer, trainer extraordinaire.
Yes, darling.
But then outside of that, as of late, I have been really focusing on my music, singing, writing.
Okay.
I don't engineer. I'm not gifted enough to be doing that. That's a whole nother art form. But I am very blessed to have some people who have been really in my corner and doing a great job engineering my music.
Yeah.
I've also been stepping back into photography. I've been doing photography since like high school, so like almost 20 years now doing photography. And then I love to cook. I love to bake. I like to paint. I like to knit and crochet.
Right.
I also work on cars and
listen, little Miss, I do it all.
Like hustle, man. What you got? I got
tight.
I got it right here.
Okay. And when she say she cooks, she make a mean bowl of water, Pop-Tarts, oatmeal. Jokes. I'm teasing. What's one of your best dishes that you like to make?
Oh, one of my favorite dishes to make is I do a stuffed chicken breast with smoked white cheddar, a little spinach. I wrap it in prosciutto.
Okay,
and
darling.
I do honey balsamic glaze on the top.
My bag.
A little whipped mashed potatoes and parsnips.
Oh, talk your talk.
And some roasted asparagus is like one of my favorite dishes to make. But I make a little bit of everything.
Look, Chef Ramsay, I need to test that theory. So we might have to bring Josie G on Hell's Kitchen or something.
Please do, because I love
type
her so
vibes,
much.
you know what I'm saying? Because I thought she was going to get on there and do like Wheaties, you know what I'm saying? Lucky Charms, you know what I'm saying?
Lucky Charms.
Yeah, no. Jokes aside. Let's get into it though. Like, how did you fall in love with music?
I want to say my parents, because my dad.
Shout out to the parents. Shout out to the parents.
Absolutely. My dad is musically inclined.
Okay.
He likes to play the drums and guitar. He sings. My mom also sings.
Oh wow.
My mom actually was in the Benton Harbor Magicals.
Really?
She was, and went to Michigan State.
We're sorry that you went to State, Ma. I know, right by Lansing, by the Sears Mall. You know what I'm saying? We're sorry that you went to State. I mean, it's still a good school. Thank you for being amazing, but it wasn't the big house, Ma. It wasn't the big house. Go Blue. We Team Blue over here.
Blue.
Big Blue. And we just won a chip, Ma. We just won a chip. We beat Ohio State, Ma. I'm just teasing. No, I'm just playing low.
Their house is all Chicago Bears. They do more like the NFL. My stepdad is a huge Chicago Bears fan.
I apologize to y'all.
Yeah.
I apologize that y'all have been suffering for so long. It's bang, Niner gang this way. You know what I'm saying? But y'all do got Caleb Williams, so hopefully things start to take off for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the Bears turn it around, but y'all still the bad news Bears. To me.
Bad news Bears.
You feel me? I'm trolling. Forgive me. Shout out to everybody in Chicago. My brother actually lives out there in Chicago too right now. I have
family there too.
Yeah. Okay. So, mom sings, dad sings. When did you discover that, hey, I'm kind of nice with this right here?
I really have been singing for as long as I could speak. Like, I remember the first toy that I can really remember was one of those old school, like the plastic mics where when you sang in it, it like reverbed your voice. That was like my favorite toy.
Okay.
I used to take that with me everywhere I went. Well, I'd say maybe about like 7 or 8,
okay,
I really started to fall in love with like writing music and singing. And I grew up in church.
Yep.
I went to Greater Faith off of East Britain Avenue.
We went to Progressive. We went to Progressive Baptist Church.
Okay, all right. I know where that is. Yeah, so
shout out to Reverend Childs. Shout out to Reverend Childs if you ever watch. Shout out to Reverend Childs.
So that's where I started really getting into music. I started playing the piano at church, a praise service. I sang the praise service, played the violin a little bit. And that was where I fell in love with music is church.
That's dope. That's dope. Shout out to, I was raised in church too. You know what I mean? I was a PK. So I do believe in God. I don't have religion anymore. That's just me. But I believe in just having a personal relationship because I feel like, maybe I'm a weirdo, but I feel like people try to manipulate religion for their own benefits. And then even when you do read the Bible, it says that can't nobody else get you into heaven but you.
But you.
Which means you have, to me, my translation of that is I need to know you. Yeah. I need to have a personal relationship with you. So I believe in having a relationship with my creator, which I just call God. I don't know what you call it, no disrespect to what you believe. Just for me, you know what I'm saying, having a personal relationship with God is important to me.
Yeah, and I kind of went down that same path myself, because one thing that I came to realize is that faith, spirituality, and religion are not necessarily all the same things.
You learn a lot.
Yeah, you really do. You really do. So I will say I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah. And even biblically, it used to be like, Jesus used to tear up the churches and say, this is not a representation of my Father's house. So just because that's not even a church. It's a sanctuary.
This is weird.
You're the church. You know what I'm saying? And people don't even get that little misconception. I'm going to church. No, you already are the church. And you don't have to fellowship inside the building to be able to enjoy yourself in fellowship. You can do that right now. You know what I mean? And so that's having church, or that's fellowshipping to me. No disrespect to anyone else. It's just how I think. So I know you fell in love with music since you were 7 or whatever else. If I'm someone who's listening to your music, what type of impact do you want to make on me? And what do you want me to take away from your music?
For me, I'm a very big believer that love surpasses all. Okay. Love and kindness to one another just surpasses and heals so many deep wounds. Yeah. And so one thing that I want people to take away from my music when they listen to it is that they can relate to something that they went through. And maybe listening and seeing how I overcame and I came through that situation gives them hope that they can also get through the same thing. Because I feel like so many times people kind of keep what they're going through to themselves. Yeah. They're like, I don't want to, bother anybody with my mess, or I don't want to burden anybody, or I don't want to share something with someone and they take advantage of it. So we end up isolating ourselves, and we prevent ourselves from hearing somebody else's testimony and helping us get through something, So I tend to just be an open book because I really believe that God don't take us through things for no reason. You know, it's not just for us to get through it, but it's also to help somebody, to inspire somebody else to get through it. Yeah. And I cannot count how many times that I've had somebody open up to me and tell me what they went through. And I'm like, dang, well, I'm going through something similar. So it makes you feel less alone, right? Like, how can we help?
That's the trick. That's a trick. It's a trick.
It is.
Loneliness is a trick.
It is.
Because you feel like you're the only person in the world that actually is just dealing with that. That's good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So that's what I hope people take away from my music, is finding something that, some little nugget in there that helps them or inspires them or motivates them to get through whatever they're going through. Yeah. And just a reminder that, love conquers all.
I love that. First and foremost, I think that's a beautiful signature. And what I mean by that signature is that's a beautiful frequency to put in music. Because, music has different vibrations and has different frequencies and has different energy. So the fact that your music and what you're singing about, the subtext and what's under it is love, I think is a beautiful thing, because you have a lot of things that's out there that's toxic. And toxic is selling because people like drama. You know what I mean? But I wanted to say this because I was listening to you, right? And I listened really well. And we talked about how people go through isolated incidences and they feel broken. Well, do you know, in art, if there is a piece that's broken and it's put back together again, it's more valuable?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, so the beautiful thing is that I think we look at brokenness and problems the wrong way. I think there's a beautiful thing in being broken because when you learn how to give yourself mercy, grace, love, you find peace. And love is the glue to all the broken pieces of your life. And when you're able to become a masterpiece from your brokenness, because you mastered the piece within yourself, you become more valuable because you are more confident in who you are. You're more confident in your flaws. So there's always this one quote that says, I'm perfectly imperfect. And there's nothing wrong with being perfectly imperfect because in your brokenness, there's a testimony. In your brokenness, there's songs and the pain and the healing and in the transformation that you get to talk about that could be freeing to someone else who might not have reached that point in their life because we all reach different points at different times.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that's really beautiful that you said that. So I appreciate that. Here's another question for you. What do you want your legacy to be? Yeah.
Really, and this is like a constant prayer for me, is that people can, when they think about me, they think about how they got some sort of healing when they were in my presence. Okay. Talk that talk. It really is. And if for my friends who are listening, they're probably over there nodding their heads like, yeah, because she does say that a lot. But I'm very intentional, like, even to those I welcome in my home, I'm very intentional about setting, my album's called Set the Vibe, right? Like, that's really what I'm about.
Hold on, time out, flag on the play, because what you're not going to do is steal the name of my spot. My name of the spot is The Vibe. The name of my spot is The Vibe, because when you walk in, hold on, I got to put the name of my spot is The Vibe, because when you walk in, I got the LED lights, I got the nice couch, I got the little setting, I got the foot massage. It's a vibe when you come in. So what you're not going to do, Josie, he's trying to steal. Nah, just play it. We got more than one vibe. That's dope. Tight. You know? Yeah. Anybody know I ain't lying? Whoever done came to the crib, y'all already know I call it the vibe. Now listen, we on some center stuff because everybody can't get invited. You can't let everybody in your space, in your energy, in your place of peace. If you didn't get the invite, you got to stand outside the door. Shout out to Ryan Cooper. Pew, 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 pew. Speaking of sinners, I'm glad I brought that up. Speaking of sinners, have you seen it?
Not yet.
I won't talk about it then. Never mind. Retract. Maxine Waters, I'm reclaiming my time.
Yeah,
I will not bring that up. I will not bring that up.
I still have to watch that.
Yeah, you definitely do. Ryan Coogler. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. Shout out to all the actors in there. They definitely did their thing. It's a beautiful film. There's one scene that I won't talk about that you'll know when you see it. You're going to be like,
okay.
What?
Now I definitely have to make sure I watch it when I
get
home. You
did. Tight vibes. Okay, so let me ask you this. Because a lot of times when you're an artist and you are in the church, they only want you to sing gospel, right?
Yeah.
How did you make the decision to say, I also want to be able to do secular music and be okay with that? Because sometimes people have their opinions and they throw rocks at a glass house to make it seem as if you don't love God the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you were in the Bible, because I ain't the smartest person, but I ain't the dumbest person either. A lot of times Jesus wasn't even in the church. He was outside. No.
Because how are you going to draw people to the church if you inside the church and not talking to nobody?
Well, you know, some people were outside because they just wanted to touch the hem of his garment. Hey, you got to read your book. You gotta know.
Yeah, gotta know.
You gotta know a little something. You know what I'm talking about? You know, but how did you make the decision to say, you know what? I want to take my talents and I want to be able to also talk about these things. Was that a tough decision for you? Did you get judged in that decision, or how'd that work for you?
It wasn't just the music. It was more so the path that I wanted to walk in life was different than, what I had grown up believing. And I got to a point where, you you become of age and you start, going to college and learning more about the world. And I studied a little bit of English literature. And if you know the history
that
of
means
English,
she became grown, y'all. We're going to translate. We're going to break down. She got grown. She got grown. You hear me? She got grown.
Yeah.
Start making her own decisions because she's grown now.
That's right. That's right. And so, taking English literature and learning the history behind the version of the Bible that we have today.
Uh-oh. She finna cook.
You already?
She finna cook.
Where, they did take out parts of the Bible, but kept in the part that says, thou shalt not take away or add to the Bible. And they did just that in that version.
Yeah.
And so I got really curious about, why aren't we looking at the Hebrew version of the Bible? And then I started, also learning about other religions and taking into account, maybe everybody has different perspectives of the same thing. What's at the center of that? The center is loving others the way that you should love yourself, and being kind, and just being moral, doing the right thing, and being a good person. And so that's when I decided that I was going to step away from the church. And I did get a lot of flack from my family about it. I mean,
talk about it. Come on now.
I got put in the circle. I got put in the circle.
Wait. Time out.
Put blessed oil.
Time out. Hold on. Not the intervention circle.
Yeah.
Not the intervention circle where they throwing.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
And so
and they start putting the crosses.
Yeah, I kind of became a little bit of a black sheep because of that.
Yeah,
and
I understand that, Bob.
Even my music, my family just now found out that I'm doing music, secular music, just because it's not that I'm ashamed of it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're very one-sided, and they're only looking at a person from, one view, when really we're human beings. We're so complex, right?
Yeah.
We have all these many sides to us, and God put, we've got all these desires that are just part of who we are as being a human, and there's nothing wrong with that, and we shouldn't be ashamed of it. And so, because I'm I just don't feel like, hearing people talk crap about who I am as a person, because they're not used to seeing that side of me. So I just kind of kept them out of the loop on that. But they have been, now that they kind of, it's been out there. One of my cousins who's not in church, I share my stuff with her.
Yeah.
She told her mom, and then everybody was like, "Oh, we didn't know Melanie was doing music like that."
All of a sudden, y'all the sinners of the family. Y'all the sinners. Y'all the Judases and the harlots and stuff.
So now it's my mom has been surprisingly supportive.
Dope.
And I don't think that she's listened to my music, and I don't necessarily know if I want her to.
Listen.
But I'm just glad that she's supportive, and not she do be sending me a whole bunch of stuff about Beyonce, oh, you see about the secular being in the
you done sold your soul.
Yeah.
You're part of the Illuminati.
I've already had some comments on my music video on YouTube about that. I'm I'm not even saying
you're being too provocative.
Yeah, can I just be me?
You had sex to make me too, right?
Right.
I just didn't get here by immaculate conception. You're not married. You were doing some things.
Exactly.
No disrespect, Mama, love you.
But that's one of the things that it means to love too, as a human.
It's funny. My mom was a preacher. Mom, you're just gonna have to kill me for this one. I remember going to church, being forced to go to church. You know what I'm saying? And we would get to church, right? And she would be in the pulpit, and there'd be, black churches is long. It lasts for 7 days, a whole year, revival, and then they got some more stuff to go with, right?
Yep.
So we in church, and my mom, she was military. Okay. And she'd be in the pulpit. She'd be, not my bad, Mom. I love you, but you was. I ain't lying. She'd been there, and you hear, amen. You heard nothing. You didn't hear a damn another scripture.
Oh, you know what's funny though? My grandfather has narcolepsy, and deacon.
Yeah.
He'd be in the pulpit, same thing.
Yeah.
He couldn't help it.
Yeah, no. My mom. This was not no medical condition. This was my mom had nigga-itis.
Yeah. This is a long time to be in there.
Yeah,
I can't say I blame him,
She in there.
But my grandfather, he would do the same thing, but he would. Yeah, praise God. See like that, no see.
Amen. Mama, he didn't say nothing yet. You talking about amen. Come on now, ma. You heard. It's in your Bible. Do the right thing. Deuteronomy. Do the right thing, chapter 12, verse 13. Thou will sleep in church. You will sleep.
Sleep.
Nah. Shout out to my dudes. Love you. That's just a funny story. It's a fact. So, how did you handle stepping out on your own with the judgment? Because a lot of us get judged in different things. So your situation is, deciding to do secular music or, to express yourself differently than the rest of the people. How did you handle the judgment that comes with it?
I will say it's taken some time to grow and get to a place where I handle it better, but I did not take time.
Come on, keep it 100. Keep it 100, because you're not the only one in that situation.
Yeah, because when I say I grew up Pentecostal apostolic, I mean real deal Pentecostal apostolic. No cursing, no drinking, wearing skirts, no listening to secular music of any kind.
Listen, I know.
Miss Goody Two Shoes, going to church 5 times a day. And pray, all of that, like teaching Bible study.
I could be outside hooping with the homies. My mom would pull up like a gangster. You know what time it is. It don't matter. You knew we was going to church. You shouldn't have been out here playing. Come on.
Yeah, and I was like, a firm believer. Like I was saved, spoken tongues, and like I know that stuff is real because I felt that. Yeah. But so that was my family. God, that's not how you were raised. And I even had my grandma say that me and my son were going to hell because I wasn't taking the church. And I just had to start setting boundaries. Like what you're not going to do is you're not going to put because we have power in our tongues.
You're not going to speak curses over me.
Exactly.
And Granny, I love you. Let me start off there. But let he without sin cast the first stone. Why do so many people have so many stones? And if you're going to do correction, why can't it be correction with love? Because what if every time you messed up, the Lord said that to you?
Yeah.
Why is it that God has so much mercy for us? Feel me? And he sacrificed his son, but we don't have no mercy for each other. But yet we say we want to be like him. Mm-hmm.
It's the chastisement.
Yeah.
Through fear, using fear tactics.
Yeah.
I think we're in a much better place now, though. Like now that I've set those boundaries, they respect those boundaries, and they do come at me with love.
That's growth. That's growth.
Yeah.
Because here's the beautiful thing, though. Sometimes you have to go through things in order to create stronger boundaries. And the growth wasn't just in your family, the growth was in you.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't know how to set boundaries with your family, how would you be able to set boundaries in the world?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that could have been like the preparation, you feel me, for the things to come, because this is true, different levels, different devils. And if you're weak-minded with just family or in person, who are you going to be when you have to sit at the table in front of the things that you have to sit in front of? See, I'll try to trip me up. How are you going to sit in front of those things at the table that don't agree with you or see the world from a different viewpoint? They want you to do things that's out of your character for the bag, the 30 pieces of silver. If you don't have no boundaries, then you'll find yourself regretting what you created. And if you wanted to create it out of love, don't let nobody taint your love, because it's very possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Very easy. Yeah. And the thing is it's almost like being a virgin. You know what I mean? Once you cross that line, you can't get it back. Yeah. Oh, you did it one time.
Yeah. So, right.
You already did it.
Yeah.
You might as well keep going. And then once you go down that road, you find yourself in the sunken place of decisions. Not saying that you can't bring yourself out of that, but for every action, there's a reaction. And can you leave with the reaction of what happens? You know what I mean? Yeah. So how did you find the healing and the grace for yourself in that to become, what the Bible says, you have to transform your mind to become a new creature. So how did you transform your mind to become a new creature in that process and step into your light?
I will say my son, having him was just like, it really molded me into the woman that I am now, because I'm typically very soft-spoken and,
He brought out the mama voice. He done brought the mama voice up about you. Shout out to the little man.
He did. And he's 15 now, but one thing that I said I was not going to do is let anyone mistreat me or talk to me in any kind of way, especially in front of my son, because I don't want him thinking that that's okay to live life that way or treat people that way.
Hold on. Time out. That's a bar. Run that back one more time for people to understand boundaries about what you just said, and especially the impact that it has on your child, because people need to know that. People need to hear that. I think more people need to practice that, because we always talk about the next generation, right? But how do you talk about the fruit that fell from your tree?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to say that one more time. That's a bar. Yeah. How do we talk about the next generation when that is the fruit that fell from the tree? If you think the fruit is rotten, then maybe you didn't nurture it the right way, or maybe you didn't teach it the right way. So maybe instead of just judging the fruit, you should look at the teaching and how you nurtured it and watered it. Because if you want a better harvest, then that means you need to be better within yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I had to cook real quick.
No, yeah, you did that. But yeah, that was exactly it. Is I was not going to let anyone mistreat me or talk to me any kind of way in front of him.
Yeah.
And for him to grow up thinking that that is okay for him to talk to other people like that, or for him to allow other people to talk to him like that. And so it became a matter of, okay, forget me being shy or me like not wanting to say anything for my own sake, but for his own sake, I'm going to say something. What you're not going to do is talk to me that way.
I love that. That's beautiful.
So that really helped. I will say that he has just driven me to step into the woman I've become now. Like everything that I've done has been for him.
I love that. First of all, that's beautiful, because now you're being a navigation system to your son's future. And a lot of parents, I'm a parent, we do a lot of lip service. And kids watch the lip service. But your lip service only holds up for so long.
That's right.
Until they see that your actions don't match. And if your actions don't match, then your words don't mean nothing, because there's nothing behind it. It doesn't stand. It's not deeply rooted in anything.
Right.
But when I can see the action of my mom, your son, your mother, his mother, standing 10 toes down in the principles, then you are setting a tone for him to be able to follow the blueprint. So that way, when he gets out there in the world, in life, he knows how to conduct himself, handle himself, present himself, defend himself, which is so important. So kudos to you for being an amazing mother.
Thank you.
Kudos to your son for being able to have the blueprint and you giving him the opportunity to choose it. You can't force him to do it.
Yeah.
But as parents, we can give our kids the opportunity to be better, the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to grow. Yeah. But here's the beautiful thing, right, about parenting. I want y'all to listen to this. You program your kids.
Yeah.
We program our kids.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is we want our children to do well. So we program good habits into our children that we believe to be the right thing. But if your actions don't match the habits of your program, they're also downloading your bad habits too. They're downloading your bad habits. And then we get mad when we see them doing the things that they shouldn't be doing, but where did they get it from? They followed it from you. And if we don't teach our kids boundaries, the world will. Who do you want the teacher to be? Who do you want programming your kid? Do you want the world to program your kid, or are you supposed to program your kid? And are you also in the process of healing yourself so that way you can put out a healthy program? And if you're not there yet, let me tell you one last gem. Giving yourself grace, mercy, and love is the antivirus to all of that. Because when you can find the self-love, you can find the healing. And being able to find the healing is even more important than just the brokenness of what you're showing your child. Because you can show your kid how to overcome the storm. Cool.
Yeah.
Just wanted to have a little moment, you know what I mean?
I think that was great. And like, I'll even say me deciding to go ahead and put my album out on like stuff that I had written since like 2014.
Hold on. What's the name of the album? You can't just drop that.
Vibe.
Yeah. Remind the people.
Set the vibe, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like that was like, he was even an inspiration for that, because you know, I do pretty well in my career, but it can also be stressful. And what I've been, you know, he's at the age now where he's 15. He's trying to figure out, you know, what do I want to do when I grow up? And he's been picking things. Oh, I think I might want to do this because it makes good money. Do that.
Drop that bar. Drop that gem. Why not, Josie? Why not? Drop that gem.
Because you can be making a whole lot of money and be stressed out and be unhappy and be miserable and hate what you do. And you spend 8+ hours a day doing that. Do you really want to be doing something that you don't enjoy? And so I'm like, how can I sit there and preach that to him and I'm not doing what's within me to do?
You better cook. You better cook.
You know? So I had to do, I'm like, okay, I got to go ahead and get this out there. And God doesn't give us gifts for no reason. And so we just sitting on them. Well, what do we have them for? And not only are we holding ourselves back from growth, but we could be potentially preventing somebody else from healing because they're not hearing our testimony or seeing our testimony because we're not living out our gift.
Let me cool her off. Let me cool her off because she cooking. She cooking right now. You hear me? You better cook. Chef Ramsay, she here cooking. Come on now. Listen. Yeah, let me trick question for the audience. Do you think your gifts are meant for you? I just wanted to let you think about it. Now I'm gonna give you the answer. Your gifts are not meant for you. Because if you never shared your gift, how would anybody know that you're gifted? Your gifts are meant to be a blessing to other people. I'm gonna say that one more time. Your gifts are meant to be a blessing to other people. Stop letting people trick you out your gift. Do you not know that other people can see the glow? Your aura, your talent, your gifts? Okay. Can I cook one time, Josie? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
cook one
please.
time. Have you ever, Josie, seen the cartoon X-Men?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a little nerd. I like anime and all that.
Well, we really finna get in the bag then. We really finna get in the bag. Okay, so in X-Men, they had these things called mutants. Okay? What made a person a mutant?
Their chemical makeup, their genetics.
Okay, chemical makeups and genetics. And the gifts, they had special gifts, right? Okay, here's the funny thing about having a special gift. When you don't know how to control your special gift, it could get you into trouble. So when you had all these young mutants that didn't know they had gifts, all of a sudden when their gifts started to arise in their life, they didn't know how to use it.
Chaos and destruction.
Right?
Yeah.
And they were like, what's happening? I don't know what's going on. Do you not know that there are adults watching you and they can see your gift? The question is, did you run into a Professor X or did you run into a Magneto?
I definitely ran into a Professor X.
You hear me? And a lot of people got so Magneto's the bad guy to explain this. Professor X the good guy. See, you got a lot of people that can see your gift, and if you don't know how to use your gift, people will use you to manipulate you to use your gift. If you don't have the right person programming you, they can make you use your gift for destruction. But if you have the right people in your life that actually love you, they will bring the best out of you when it comes to your gift. So my question is, do you have a Professor X in your life, or are you dealing with Magnetos?
You better recognize it real quick because they'll take you down.
Listen, even on a job, Josie, they hire you, right? I'm going to give you $30 an hour. That's actually not the value of the job. They watered down the value because if you actually knew what you were worth to the job, you would ask for more. See, a lot of people know your value, and if you don't know your own value, I'll give you a price and tell you what your value is.
Yeah.
That's why it's good to know yourself. It's good to know your gifts. It's good to know how to use your gifts. It's good to walk in your gift. It's good to not let other people shame you for being able to sing, shame you for wanting to sing what you want to sing. Stop letting people trick you out your spot, out your gift, out your purpose, out your love, because then you'll wind up doing something that you never wanted to do in the first place and then be miserable because you never walked in your gift and your purpose. But if you walk in your gift and your purpose, you ain't got to worry about the bag because you're waking up to peace and what you love every day. And I'm telling you right now, you got a lot of rich, miserable people in the world. But if you're walking in your gift and your purpose, you'll find more peace and more happiness, and the money will come to you.
Yep.
All right, I'm done.
Right.
I'm doing too much.
So
I'm doing too much. I'm sorry. I'm back.
No, you're fine. This is a great conversation.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm still, and I feel like we all, it takes us all a while to get to the place where we really learn to love ourselves. I have struggled with that a lot, and I feel like now I'm finally getting to a place where I feel a lot better about the way that I view myself. Because I've had imposter syndrome real bad.
Come on now,
always
talk about
doubting
it.
myself, and it really just it holds you back.
Come
having
on.
those types of thoughts.
You better cook.
You know?
Yes, ma'am.
And so, like, in the past couple years of my life, I've started to recognize my value and my self-worth, because my career, the first half of my career was in IT.
Okay.
And IT, it can be a very stressful job, especially if you're doing stuff like software releases.
Being a woman in IT.
Which is why I got out.
You hear me?
I really got tired of that, because they talk down to you, they pay you less, and I'm at the point in my life where I know what my skill sets are. I know what they're worth, and I've been in HR before too.
Yeah.
So I know how they choose to do salary structures.
Come on now,
how organizations like to cut costs, and you know what though? We have a habit of just thinking we're going to accept whatever they offer you, right?
Yeah.
Anytime I have an interview, we negotiating.
Most people don't even know that they can negotiate.
Yes, you can, and you better.
Yeah. Look. Oh. Cooking session. See, she done got me started. Look, check this out. Let me go split screen on this one. Josie, do you know your alphabet?
Do I know my alphabet?
Do you know the alphabet? How many letters are in the alphabet?
26.
26 letters. Okay, cool. Do you know your vowels?
Yes.
What are your vowels?
A, E, I, O, U.
And?
Sometimes Y.
Boom.
Yeah.
See, that's a program. I know y'all like, King, what the hell are you talking about? That's a program. But I'm going to break it down to you how that's a program, because we say things so fast that we don't even know what we're saying. Watch me work. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Why is it and sometimes Y? See, that's a program, because I programmed you to only ask why sometimes. But you should always want to know why you're doing what you're doing. But if you only ask why sometimes, then why are you doing other shit? Okay, cool. You caught the little small bar.
And then we do it to the kids too. When they start asking why, we're programming them not to
Don't you ask me why, I'm grown. Don't, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you following. Now you feeling the vibe. You on the frequency with me, right? So let me break it down a little faster, because we'd be like, A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes why. You know, that's how, when you're a kid, when you think you got the right answer and stuff, you be saying it all fast.
Yeah.
I know my vowels, A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes why. Well, what if I said this, Josie? A-I-O-U, and you don't even know why. A-I-O-U, and you don't even know why. Because you only ask why sometimes. Come on, man, come on. Let a nigga cook. Get a nigga cook. That boy good. Somebody.
Flip it. Flip the skillet.
Y'all wasn't ready for that. That's a bar, you know? Because we been here. A-I-O-U, and sometimes why.
Sometimes why.
A-I-O-U, and you don't even know why. Because you don't negotiate your price. You don't ask for more. So closed mouths don't get fed. You can't get more if you're not willing to ask for more. But the reason why you don't ask for more is because you don't know you. You don't know your value. You don't know what you're bringing to the table. But as soon as you start knowing you and you start making demands, guess how they're going to treat you? Shedeur Sanders got drafted, first round quarterback. You know, he's a first round pick, right? Should have been. They dropped that man all the way to the 5th round. And the reason why I bring that up is because Shedeur knew his value. He's Deion Sanders' son. He comes from money. He's done well in his life. You know what I mean? He's an outstanding quarterback. He's confident. But when we're confident, we're arrogant. They try to water down your brilliance. Yeah. Don't let nobody water down your gift.
Yep. You're either arrogant or you're a bitch.
Listen. I'm not saying that your ego should get in the way. I believe ego stands for edging God out. I'm saying know who you are and know whose you are. Because when you're deeply rooted, when the wind blows, you won't just fall over for any and everything. But in order to be that way, you got to start loving yourself.
Yep.
And it's a process. So in your process of loving yourself, how did you pull yourself out of the sunken place and to become the phoenix rising out of the ashes?
Learning how to forgive myself for mistakes that I've made.
You better cook.
Because I feel like sometimes we're quick to forgive other people, but don't forgive ourselves. At least that's how I am.
15-yard play. 15-yard penalty. Say it again. That is a gem. Say it again, Josie.
Learning how to forgive myself. Forgive yourself. You can't move forward if you're always looking in the past. If you're always saying, what would have happened if I hadn't done this?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Listen, my homegirl Fifi, right? We were in high school. Shout out to Fifi. What up, Tanya? Love you. Tanya used to say, if you're always looking in the past, how can you see your future? Eventually, your past will become your future because you never look forward. And I was like, girl, what?
Yeah. And people get really stuck in that too because they feel so much guilt about the shit that they've done to other people.
Yeah.
They don't want to humble themselves and ask for forgiveness. That's the other thing. Like,
hold on, she finna cook. She finna cook.
Be willing to humble yourself and ask for forgiveness. Like, I can't stand when people have the attitude and they come and ask you for forgiveness. It's like, well, I prayed to God and God forgave me. Okay, but those same tears that you cried to God when you were asking for forgiveness, you're supposed to come to your brother and sister that way too, right? And so it's that you have to be willing to humble yourself and ask for forgiveness from others and then forgive yourself too so you can move forward. And so that was something that I had to learn how to do.
Yeah.
And I also had to learn to stop beating myself down so much because I'm such like an overachiever. Something's not perfect. I'm on myself. Oh, you're not even that good. Oh, you mediocre. And
that self-talk.
I'm self-talk in a bubble of anxiety and self-consciousness. For what purpose?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody even thinking about, like, people are not even perceiving me the way that I'm perceiving myself.
But that's a bar. Nope. Run it. Where my other pillow? Gotta throw another pillow. Say it again. Say it one more time. Say it again.
People are not perceiving me the way that I'm perceiving myself.
People don't even perceive you the way you perceive yourself. We so hard on ourselves. We talk crazy to ourselves. But there's life and death in what we speak. Do you speak life over your life or do you speak curses over your life? Like, that's so powerful. You know, it's another dope thing that I tell people to do. You got a phone? On your phone, have you ever set an alarm?
All the time.
Why do you set an alarm?
So I don't oversleep.
So you don't, right? So you don't oversleep, reminders and things like that?
Yeah.
Let me cook, y'all. You feel me? When was the last time you set a reminder to tell you that you are powerful, you are loved, you are amazing, you are great? When was the last time you just had affirmations throughout the day just to remind you that you are special?
Not ever.
Do you understand the impact that would have in your life if you just set little reminders throughout the day? Because if you can remind yourself to go to a job that you probably don't want to be at, you can set an alarm to wake up when you don't want to wake up. Why can't you set an alarm of love?
I love that.
Hello?
I love that.
Hello?
Hello?
Sometimes your spirit needs to be reminded. Sometimes you need a good kick in the butt. It's crazy how we could talk crazy to ourselves, but we don't set reminders to be positive to ourselves.
Yeah, we have to learn to pour into ourselves the way that we pour into others.
You better come on.
Yeah.
You better come on and practice what you preach. If you could preach it to someone else, learn how to preach it to yourself. Because the day that you start big up in you, the day that you start talking differently, life is different because you showed up different in life. Like your attitude will reflect your altitude. Shout out to Kevin. I say this every show now, and I don't care because y'all gonna keep hearing it. I hope it sink in. I don't care. He always say that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying it. Kevin said, King, this just works for me. Can't say if it's gonna work for you, but it worked for me. He said, why don't you wake up and just throw in a gospel song?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you just wake up and start saying positive things, positive affirmations? Why don't you just wake up your day in pure joy and love? And let me tell you, my days have been so much better.
It makes a difference.
Oh my God, because it's me programming me. Because if I don't do that, when I go outside, I hear the radio, trash. I see toxic stuff all around me. So now when I'm walking in my day, I'm taking all this negative energy and I have nothing to reinforce it. You feel me? Put the armor of God on, you know what I'm saying? The breastplate, the helmet. Don't get me started. We're not going to have too much church up here.
I was saying you put the two church kids together.
But when you speak differently over your life, life is different because you choose to show up in life differently.
Yeah.
Life is amazing. But you know what we say? I'm having a bad day. As you wish. Things ain't going the way I want it to go. as you wish. Yeah. I'm not saying bad things don't happen. I'm not saying that you won't struggle. I'm saying Inside Out, if you've ever seen the movie about it, when you start using all of your emotional intelligence and you look at the situation differently, it's different. Because guess what, Josie? Cook a little bit. Somebody wish they was alive to have your problems.
That part.
Hello?
Yeah.
Somebody wishes they was alive to complain one more time. Why are you still here? What's so special that you got to take another breath? And what will you do with that opportunity? Because eventually, guess what? One day will be your last day. Yep. And I love Amir Suleiman. I will say this. Yeah, I'm going to say it again because he always say this, but I love it so much. He says, Josie, do you not know that death has mounted its steed? And it has been chasing you since the day you were born.
Say that.
The question is, will death find you in your purpose or your excuses? Oh. Fire! Fire!
You just flambéed some stuff.
Fire! So now that I know that we always know that our clock is ticking, but we just don't move in that action. Yeah. We take it for granted. We take the next breath for granted. We take life for granted. We take our problems for granted. But the problems are actually what shape you. Let me tell you one last thing. Pain will take you further than love, because love will make you comfortable. Pain will make you want to say, I'll never want to feel this way again. There's nothing wrong with being angry, mad, depressed. All these things are true feelings. You have to honor that. The question is, how do you react to it? Yeah. That's the key. Yeah. It's not what happens to you, it's how you react to what happens to you. And when you can change your reaction, I promise you, that fuel.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying, y'all. That's true.
All them people that said you wouldn't make it, all them people that didn't believe in the music, all them people that talked bad about you, wanted to throw the Bible at you, use religion at you, cuss at you, talk to you crazy. Now that the album dropped, oh my God, you did it. Sometimes God will make your biggest enemy your biggest fan.
Yep.
Hello?
You ain't lying about that.
Hello? I remember when I first moved here. You don't know nobody. You ain't this. You ain't that. And as soon as they see me on TV, my nigga, we made it. And you know what I did? You're right. I appreciate you. Because guess what? Even when you watch the movie credits, you see a whole bunch of names. There are no small roles. Even the hater's name get a credit. So I appreciate the haters who said I couldn't do it, because the credit to them made me go harder. Because I'll never let you talk to me like that again. So thank you for the motive. I appreciate you so much. Sometimes I appreciate the haters more than I appreciate the ones that just wanted to show love. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah.
So all that hate got like Josie.
Listen, hey, one thing you're not going to do is tell me what I can't do, because I'm going to do the opposite just to prove you.
Maybe that's some BH. That's some BH stuff. You feel me? That's some BH swag. So listen, all of that motivated you to drop this album. Let's talk about the album. Let's get into it. Let's give the people the name again. I know it's Set the Vibe, but
Set the Vibe.
Give it to them again. Yeah,
Set the vibe.
So when you're setting the vibe, tell us about it.
Now
take us on this journey.
I'm very, very intentional about how I set the atmosphere in my home. I want people who walk into my house to experience love and healing and feel like they stepped away with some positivity. So I get up in the morning, I turn on my music, I pray. I pray for peace, I pray for prosperity, and I carry that into the album with me.
Okay.
My boo thing, he's very
shout out to the boo thing. What up, my boy?
Shout out to the boo thing.
You did. Got to talk to you earlier. Big shout out to you.
He's very introverted, and he's very mellow. Okay. And he kind of keeps me grounded, because I can be a little tightly wound. And
a little bit of balance, a little yin and yang, a little balance.
Definitely balances me out. But his idea of enjoying the weekend is staying in the house and watching movies, playing video games, and not
get my gamer tag. Free smoke.
Oh yeah.
Free smoke. You don't want problems. Free smoke. Yeah, you know how we do. Get the gamer tag. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop it. PTI King J. PTI King J. I'm on Xbox. Pull up on me.
I'm gonna have to add you too, because I game too. We game together.
Listen, she about to mess up the podcast, y'all. She about to mess it up because I'm a problem.
What are some of your favorite games to play?
2K, Madden, Call of Duty, any fighting game. Okay. Like, I'm really like that. I'm really Himothy.
He about that heat.
Feel me? My
got
player.
That smoke.
What you want to do? NCAA. What you want to do? Call of Duty. What Grand Theft Auto 6 when that ever come out.
I can't wait for that.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody waiting.
We play a lot of GTA. When we were long distance dating, we would go on GTA dates. He'd take me out on his yacht.
Gang. Respect, my boy. Respect, my boy.
So, that's his idea of like enjoying the weekend, and so that whole song is dedicated to him. It's like, hey, what's the plan for the weekend? You want to sleep in? I can make some breakfast. We can play some video games and watch some cartoons together. So the whole song is just about us just chilling. I
love that.
I really had to get used to being.
What's the name of the song?
Set the Vibe. The song is called Set the Vibe. Very first song on Set the Vibe album is Set the Vibe.
Big shout out to you, King.
Yep. So, I just wanted
she's smiling
to.
Like a little kid. Right? Yeah, she's smiling. She talking about you and now she's smiling like she just opened up her first Christmas present.
Well, when you listen to the song, I'm talking about the video games that we're going to play. We like playing Deep Rock Galactic together. Okay. We like to play Forza. And so it's really just about...
Look, my son wants smoke with Forza. I'm going to tell you that right now. He wants to be, he's going to be an F1 race car driver. But that Forza, he on that.
I like playing Forza Horizon because it's like real, it's kind of laid back.
Yeah, he got the Horizon. I think it's 6. He got Forza Horizon 6 or something like that.
We got 5.
Okay, yeah.
That one's fun too.
Type stuff.
But it's just it was really difficult. I thought I was ready for a peaceful relationship, and I had to, sometimes when we be like, oh, I just want a man who's like real chill and blah 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 blah. We think that we're ready for that, but I had to realize I had to heal from my previous relationship to be in a place to receive that, because that was something.
Time out. That's a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar. And we're not letting Josie skip over that. Come on, you go. Cook again. Cook again for the people in the back of the church who might not have heard what you just said.
Thought I was ready for a happy, healthy relationship and realized I needed to heal from my previous one to be in a place to receive it, because I had to get used to being with someone who was just cool with like, we can be in each other's presence and not have to talk and it not be awkward, and we're in a peaceful and tranquil space with each other. I had to learn that him just sharing the space with me meant that he enjoyed my presence enough to have me there in his peace, right?
Thank you for the peace, Jesus, that they're talking about right now, finding a balance in a relationship. Lord Jesus.
And that's not to say every relationship.
Thank you for Josie talking about healing to the ladies, Lord, and the fellas, Lord, because people need healing, Jesus.
Yes, they do.
Thank you for saying we ain't got to talk all the time and everything's okay, Lord. You can let me be in my game. Thank you for letting people know that peace is sexy, Jesus.
Hey, at that part, tell me about it. Tell me about it. And that's not to say that, every relationship has its own problems and faces of, things that you have to work through. And we do just like any other relationship. But it is the healthiest relationship that I've been in. And so,
thank you for help, Jesus. Thank you for the healthy relationship, Lord, and being able to walk through problems. Having problems is a good thing, but we can talk about it. We can talk about it. And when we can't, Lord, we can go to separate rooms and know it's okay and come back and talk about it before we go to sleep and work it out, Lord. So that way we ain't got to go to bed mad, Jesus.
Amen.
Where the devil can play and come up with all these different ideas of how I don't like you, can't stand you, your breath stank, your fart stank.
Well, I ain't letting him go to bed with me being mad anyways. He already know that ain't happening.
Vibe.
Like, wake your butt up right now.
No, that's dope. So, I got a good question for you. Speaking of problems, what's something that you had to unlearn to become a better person? Got it.
Something I had to unlearn. Ooh-wee. Okay. Yeah, because I'm still unlearning some stuff.
That's okay. We just need a Costco sample. You ain't got to open up Pandora's box. Just a little Costco sample. You feel me? Just a little Costco sample.
I really did have to unlearn that, like, talking out differences and talking about problems doesn't have to be a heated situation.
That's a bar.
Talking about problems and talking about your feelings does not have to be a heated situation.
which means you ain't got to be rolling your neck, batting your eyes, talking, snapping your fingers, all in your face, pointing, pushing, and doing all the extra stuff. Move out my way. You ain't got to be all that toxicity.
And I'm still getting used to that. I'm still unlearning that.
Thank you for the honesty, Jesus.
Yeah, like I told you, I'm an open book. I don't mind talking about my flaws now, and that's why I'm still working through that. Yeah. But I'll say that I've come a long way. Yeah. And one thing that I learned from one of my previous relationships, because I used to be like real clammed up. Mm-hmm. I would not talk about my feelings. Mm-hmm. I would be so shut in that I would just like break down. Mm-hmm. If somebody was trying to have that type of conversation mm-hmm. with me. And I had to learn the hard way mm-hmm. that doing that leaves the other person to assume things. Run it back! Doing that leaves the other person to assume things. They're going to have this whole idea in your head how you feel and what you did, and that's not even the case. But because you didn't open up your mouth and say anything, they have a misperception.
Listen. With no clarity creates dysfunction. Mm-hmm. Hello?
And that's why I'm such an open book now. So I've gotten a lot better at opening up and sharing how I feel, knowing that if I don't say something, it could be the detriment to the relationship. Because I've chosen to stay silent.
Oh, no. One more time. Because a lot of people being freed right now. A lot of people need to hear what you're talking about right now. They need that. They need that. And guess what? Can I say one thing? Ain't nothing wrong with being by yourself until you can figure all that out.
Nope, it's not.
Ain't no reason to be trauma bonded.
That's how you learn how to love yourself, is being by yourself. We be using other people. One more day. That's how you learn to love yourself, is by being by yourself. Because when you don't have the distraction of somebody else and you left to see who you are without nobody else around. Because when we're in a relationship, we take that other person, we take some of them on, right? Mm-hmm. Because you become one with that person.
Listen, when you have to be by yourself, that means you got to sit in your own shit.
Yep.
S-H-I-T.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody going to clean up your S-H-I-T. But you.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing, though. It is. It's a beautiful thing.
And that's when you find the person. I feel like that's when you get to that place, that's when, ladies, listen to me now, because we be talking, Lord, send me my husband. I want my husband. Where my husband at? But you haven't sat and been with yourself long enough to see what you need to heal through. Not comfortable in your own company.
Wow.
Not comfortable in your own company is crazy work. And so I got to the point where I was like, I take myself out. I would go out to dinner by myself because I like to people watch and just sit and observe and go to a movie by and be okay with that. We have to find peace in our own presence before you can allow somebody else to come into yours. Peace in your own presence.
Wow.
Before allowing somebody else to come in yours.
Listen. This is so good. I will say finding you is a process. And you got to be willing to do the work.
Yep.
Because you can keep attaching yourself when you're in a situation and you're carrying a whole bunch of bags. And the problem is when you do that, you turn the other person into the punching bag because you don't want to deal with it yourself. Yeah. And there's no accountability in that. Matter of fact, cooking session.
Get my seasonings out now.
I'm finna cook because I've been broken before. I've been through so many different things. I was a hopeless romantic, you feel me? I've been in relationships, broken out of relationships, had to free myself from relationships. And the relationship that I was never in was one with myself. And I was never in a relationship with myself because I came from a broken family. I always wanted to know what my father was, but I never had a father. You know what I mean? And, it hurt not having a father, seeing everyone else, but I never took the time to deal with that. I just lived with that. You feel me? Yeah. And when my father finally passed away, I finally got some clarity and understanding. I said, maybe my father's purpose was never meant to have a relationship with me. Maybe my father's purpose was only to give me an opportunity at life, which is something that he did. And either I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity and be grateful for the opportunity, or I can stay in the sunken place of the pain, which forced me to heal me. Because when I was in other relationships, it became dependency. It became animaniac. I love you so much. And then you squeeze to death what you love, or you try to fight and try to hold on to something because what you lost, because you never had it. And you don't know how to let go. You want to fight for something that's telling you, hey, I don't want this, but you didn't know how to let go of what didn't want you. And what didn't want you was crazy, because my mom asked me this question: when did you stop loving you? Because when you actually love you, that means you have boundaries for yourself. When you actually love you, it's okay to let someone go and still be in your peace, because that wasn't your person. Why would you want to try to force somebody to be somewhere that they don't want to be? That makes no sense. That's your own craziness. That's your own insanity, because you don't have enough peace within you. You're going to try to hold someone else in the storm. And then you complaining about the storm, where there wouldn't be no storm if you just let go.
Yeah. And I still am working on that about myself too.
And here's a gem, right? Two formulas. The first formula in relationships with yourself and with another person. And you'll love this. You like the role? And you'll love this. The first formula is hearing plus listening times understanding to the second power of action equals a change in your life. Hearing plus listening times understanding to the second power of action equals a change in your life. Well, King, what the fuck does that mean? Because I know people are like, what the hell are you talking about? He's trying to be all smart and act like a little brainiac, like he knows something.
Actually.
Right? Let me cook for a second. So what I mean by that is, when you're hearing, are you hearing the person or are you hearing yourself? Because a lot of times we're in conversations and that person's talking and we don't hear a word they're saying. We only hear our own thoughts. And then are you listening? Are you listening to rebuttal what that person said because you want to be right? Well, the question is, do you want to be right or do you want to be loved? Because there's a difference. Because you can be right and be single, and you could be compromising and be loved. Which one is that? Okay, so that's hearing, that's listening. Understanding. If I understand what you just told me in the relationship, will I apply what I understood, or will I keep doing the same thing? Because sometimes somebody can tell you something and your actions don't change. Did you actually understood what they said, or do you only understand how that made you feel? Because with understanding comes change. That's the action. The action is the change, how you show up. Are you willing to show up differently, not just for yourself, but for the person that you claim you want to be with? Because being in a relationship is two people coming together, learning how to make sacrifices. I know my way and how I like things, but it's not about my way when it's supposed to be our way. Because if it's only my way, then I'm not even in a relationship with you. You're just participating. You're just here.
Bystander.
Because you could be in the same space and not be together.
Yep.
You could be in love without the other person loving you. Chris Rock said it best. He said 2 people can move a couch easily, but if only one person is lifting the couch, it ain't going nowhere. There's a lot of difficulty, and that's how it is in a relationship. 2 people can make a relationship work, but the problem is when we're in relationships, we don't want to tell the truth. Well, I wanted to spare your feelings. I didn't want to tell you exactly what I was thinking, which leads to misconception, deception, and everything else, and then it creates bigger problems. What's wrong with just being honest? If you're able to be honest with me, then I have to go deal with my feelings about the things that you told me. And once I deal with my feelings, then we can come back together to have a different type of conversation, which leads to different situations. That's number 1. Number 2, and I'll let y'all go after this. Emotional intelligence equals life divided by you. Look, there that motherfucker go again, giving out all these goddamn equations.
All the math.
Now, how he gonna do all that? And he's single and he ain't even with nobody, and he done did that. You know how the comment section be. Because I remember I used to date you, and I remember blah, 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 blah. It's called growth.
Growth.
I'm not who I used to be. That's why I can be by myself right now and be in my peace. Right? But the second one is emotional intelligence equals life divided by you. Because if you come from a creator, he created you with the emotions. Nobody had to teach you how to be happy, sad, angry, mad. These are all feelings that was pre-programmed. When the doctor slapped you on your butt, you cried. How did you know what to cry? From someone hitting you. Because you was pre-programmed. Okay, well, your emotions are your superpower. But there's a difference between having emotions and being emotional. Have you ever got mad, got in your feelings and did something, and when you no longer felt that way, you regretted it?
Hell yeah.
And then you came back, I'm sorry. I didn't even know, blah, 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 blah. Well, the difference between the equation and the two of emotions and being, having emotions and being emotional is your emotional intelligence. How you choose to feel about a situation equals life. Life was here before you, right, Josie? Well, life is made up of good experiences and bad experiences. And you are the common denominator of your own life. So how you choose to feel about your good experiences It's up to you, because every good experience you had, you were there.
Yeah.
Every bad experience you had, you were there.
Yeah.
So how you choose to feel about your good experiences and your bad experiences, you will create your own heaven and hell based off of how you choose to feel. Now, when you choose your feelings, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's so many other emotions available. Why do we choose to get stuck in one? And if you do get stuck in one, there's nothing wrong with that. It's how do you react to the emotion that you have? How do you react to the feeling? Because problems will never stop happening in life.
Not ever.
How do you react to it? So, Miss Josie, how do you react to problem solving?
One thing that I have
And your husband watching.
One thing that I have learned is that no matter what I go through, no matter what somebody else does to me and maybe doesn't sit well with me, I have found that just approaching things with, like you said, understanding, trying to see I'm always trying to understand what somebody else's perspective is, always, because I find a lot of times miscommunication, tension, arguments occur just because you think somebody else is saying something different, but y'all are saying the same thing, you're just saying it differently. And so you're not listening for interpretation.
You're listening to be right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I have found just approaching any problem in life that way and not seeking retaliation.
Ooh, I need another pillow.
Because you know,
because we petty.
And you know, us church kids, we can't do that because God be like, you know better.
Look, I done ran out of pillows
I
done ran out of pillows.
I got one more.
Nah. You stay comfy. You good.
But
that's good. Stop being petty.
Don't be petty.
Ain't no win.
There's not. And I found that, like, the times that I have tried to retaliate or get my lick back, instant karma from the universe.
Come on.
And God just be like, let me handle it. I got you.
Come on.
And I found that the people who have done me worse than some of the people who've done me worse than any other person that I've had in my life, like, we're cool now. And they look at me and say, you know what? I don't even know where I would be if it wasn't for you being so forgiving and understanding.
That's dope.
And that's why I really believe, like, love and kindness really just conquers everything.
Listen, we have been tricked and manipulated. Forgiveness is not a weakness.
It's not. It's a strength.
Come on now.
Because that shit's hard.
Huh?
I've had people, why you doing this for this person? Huh? They did this to you. I'm like, because God, it's against everything in my spirit. It don't feel good in my spirit to even try and get my lick back. So why would I?
Yeah. And let me ask you something. If you traveled before, right? And you had bags that you had to take, and you packed a whole bunch of clothes in the bags. What if we said we substituted the clothes for emotions?
Yeah.
And we packed our bags. Where are you traveling to with all that anger, rage, madness, hurt, depression, whatever that feeling is? Where are you traveling to? And all of a sudden, we've compartmentalized so many different situations that these bags are so heavy that we can't even carry it. A lot of people are walking around with heavy bags and wonder why they can't excel in life.
Yeah.
Because you're holding on to dead weight. So when you find the forgiveness and you unpack all this BS, you know how much further you would go? How much freer you would be?
That's why Miss Badu said to pack life.
Hold on, because you're not going to get away with hitting a notey note. That's what you're not going to do. So before you give us a sample or whatever else, last question. What would you tell any upcoming artist? What would you tell someone that's possibly in church that actually might want to sing secular music? What advice would you give just someone up and coming? Or what advice would you give to the younger Josie?
The advice, I'm going to answer both of those questions, actually.
Okay. Go ahead and cook.
So, for those of you who feel like you have the gift, you know that you have the gift, and you feel that in you, it's not there for no reason. Do it. And do it for the love of it, not for the love of money, not for how many likes and views you think you may get, not for how much you might think you're going to get in royalties. I guarantee you right now, when you first drop that album, it's gonna be pennies. And that's okay, because you should be doing it for the love of it, for the growth, for your own therapy, to help other people get through whatever it is that they're going through. Like, let your art be your art and your testimony. And as long as you're not seeking for gain in that way, good things will follow you.
Bar, drop the mic. And what would you tell the younger Josie?
Stop being in your head so much. Stop doubting yourself. Stop letting your own fear and anxiety get in your own way and prevent you from doing what you want to do. Because life is too short. And one day you're going to look up and 10, 15 years are going to have flown by and you're going to be saying, what did I do at the time? I wish I had done X, Y, Z.
Shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Yep. That's why I'm like, I don't care how old I am. This music thing is in me. I'm gonna do it. I'm honestly just happy that I can say, hey, Google, play Josie G on Spotify.
Ain't that crazy?
Right?
Ain't that crazy that you go from being a little kid to now being able to say, hey, let me watch ball. I am on TV. I can go to the movie theater and see my name in the credits. I'm in a Super Bowl commercial. And as a kid, you would never have fathomed.
Yeah.
Like if sometimes I just wish we would go back over our timeline and see the growth from Benton Harbor, Michigan.
Yeah.
We in California. This don't look like Benton Harbor, Michigan no more.
Not even a little bit.
Ain't nothing in Michigan, Benton Harbor. Facts. You know, it's a struggle, but to be able to make it from something like that to be here, and when we know everybody don't get out of that,
people get stuck there bad.
Come on.
Yeah.
So this is just proof that we are walking miracles, walking testimonies, walking blessings. It's amazing.
We gotta hold on to what it is in our youth that inspired us, that made us dream. Because we get older and then we let them go by the wayside, right?
That's a fact.
I still do a lot of the stuff that I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I still paint.
Yeah.
I still
Cook.
I still play the piano, even
Cook.
though I'm not, you can't let go of those things. The things that you enjoy, the things that made life happy for you. Don't let go of that stuff just because you became an adult. I still go get on roller coasters. Let the middle of winter come.
You and the hubby don't want no problems on the roller coasters because we ride it. Me and my man Kingy, we ride. We ride roller coasters. We play no games.
I'm down for a roller coaster, man.
You feel me?
You can find me in the middle of winter, rolling down the hill in my backyard.
When we ride for roller coasters, we front seat only.
Oh,
you feel
of
me?
Course.
We don't know.
And
we don't know other
fast
seats. We don't. What? Stop playing. We really do this. We really do this. One last question. I said that was, but I promise you this is your last question because of what you just brought up. What is your why?
What's my why?
Yeah.
I just want to live life happy, like enjoy everything that I do, and I feel like I'm there.
Yeah, because here's the thing with the why. When I ask you guys what's your why, you know what I mean? What I mean by that is on the days that you want to quit, on the days that you want to give up, if the days that you don't feel like doing it, what is that why that motivates you to overcome and keep going?
Yeah,
What's
that's it. And then also what I had kind of touched on earlier is I want to leave behind a legacy of love, kindness, and healing that somebody can look at me and recall with great detail all of the fond moments they've had of their interactions with me. Like, I might not be before you long, but if I am in your presence, I want the interaction to be meaningful, to be impactful.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. Like at the end of the day when they see our credits, when the movie's over with, what would they say about your movie? When they walk out of the theater of life, what would they say about your character?
She was the extra. She was the star. She was the producer.
Yeah.
She was the director.
Yeah, I love that. So before we go, I know you got a beautiful voice. Can you just give us a little Costco sample of the voice? A little Costco sample.
Okay. Now I got to think about what song.
It don't matter, anything. We just want a little Costco sample. We just want to hear how amazing the voice is. You could take us to church. You could take us wherever you want to take us. You just do you. You can sing one of your songs. Just give us a little Costco sample. I said, don't call me.
They said, we gonna call anyway.
I'll have Tori cut it. Damn, the way. I'll share this. Let me go ahead and share this real quick, and then I'll just have Tori cut this part right before the phone call.
Okay.
I said, don't call me. I knew that was gonna happen.
I'm gonna do it anyways.
You know what I'm saying? Had to mess up the live. Because the sound goes out.
Oh, no.
Nah, that's why I stopped it and I'm just sharing it right now.
Oh, so I should join back from there?
Yeah, I'll join it. Boom. And then I'll restart it again. We'll get the end of it. Okay, I just did it right now, and then we'll have you join one more time. Because we was cooking.
Yes, we are.
And this will be the end of it.
Okay.
That way they can get the last little bit.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what I want to sing.
Whatever you like. I see you, boom. I sent you an invite. There we go. Okay, we'll get this last little bit of the live right here and then we're done. We'll get you singing on live. I'll leave this part up because I'm going to take the interview down because I want people to go watch it on streaming platforms. But okay. Tori, 3, 2. So, Josie, I know you can sing.
Yeah.
So I want to give the Whispering to Your Soul fan base an exclusive.
Okay.
Can you give us a nice little Costco sample of 16 bars, just a little something to showcase the skills? Because we heard you, you know what I'm saying, playing the music, but can you do it a cappella?
Yeah.
We want to make sure it ain't AI generated and this is a God gift. This is a God gift.
Give me your ear, hear every word I say, and it could change things forever to the way things are supposed to be. Give me your time. Your time is all I need. Time just to make things better to the way things are supposed to be. Oh, love is the motive behind all I do. And love is the cause I gave my all for you. You. So give me your hand and I will lead the way. And we will pull through whatever is the way love is supposed to be.
Listen, that's Josie G. Y'all gotta pay for the rest. Y'all gotta pay for the rest. Y'all gotta pay for the rest. Y'all gotta go like, subscribe, share.
Right.
Yeah, feel me? All that.
Go
yeah,
get
talking
the
about
merch too. I'm
get
trying
the
to
merch.
merch.
Get the merch.
JosieGmusic.com, please.
Listen, I was about to say drop the socials so people can follow you, so people can find out where your music is. Talk to them.
JosieGmusic.com. All my music links are there. I'm on Apple, I'm on Spotify, I'm on Pandora, I'm on Amazon, I'm on SoundCloud, all of that, all that. YouTube. YouTube for y'all who don't want to go out there and pay for your Spotify and your Apple Music subscription. It's out there on YouTube, so go out there. Check my website because I have a bunch of events coming up in June for my birthday weekend, y'all. I'm going to be in the Midwest Music Conference.
Yes, sir, ski.
Got like 8 performances that weekend, so go if you're going to be over in the Detroit area, you know what I'm saying?
The D, shout out to Michigan, shout out to the D.
Yep, and so, and I may or may not be adding a couple of songs to the album, do like a little deluxe, and we'll drop a little single
exclusive.
Yeah, so y'all go check me out and get some of that merch though, for real though. I need
get the merch, cop the merch.
Need some of this product.
Listen, Josie. So for all my people that are not spelling bee champions, can you spell out your name so that way they know how to find you? JOSIE, like Josie and the Pussycats. Yeah.
Josie and the Pussycats.
With the G at the end of it. So one more time, the whole thing for them.
JOSIEG. Josie G. And I'm all of that on social media too. The Josie G on TikTok, The Josie G on Instagram, and Josie G on Facebook.
Talk that talk.
Yeah.
Listen, this is our show, Whispering to Your Soul. I'm your host, King Jaquell Martin. You could also find me on Instagram. It's my name, King Jaquell Martin. That's KingJaquellMartin. Or you can find us at Whispering to the Soul. You see the logo. That's Whispering to Your Soul. We're on iHeart, Spotify, Apple, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Check out the show. We got merch coming soon. Vibe with me. But until then, bro, please like, Please share. Please subscribe. You feel me? I appreciate the love. I know it's a brand new channel, but listen, man, I'm tired of all the toxic stuff that's in the world, bro. So this is a raw, authentic conversation from real people that's just talking that talk, that's on their journey of life. So you're going to see some of the biggest celebrities to people just doing what they do, because everybody's story is important. So make sure y'all tap in. That's, again, King Jaquell Martin, or Whisper Into Your Soul, Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. I need you to share that. I need them likes. You feel me?
Let's go do that.
Appreciate the love. You did. Yes, Sirski. We're out of here.